Hi, Chelsea. We'll see if I can make it through this without crying. I'm going to talk to Brandon for a second. And I don't want to make any of this about me, but I want you to know that I totally understand what you're going through. And it takes only somebody that's been through a suicide can understand what it feels like, because it's not like a death of somebody dying of cancer or a heart attack or something like that. It's they they don't want to die, but they don't know how to get rid of the pain. And I've not met one yet that says that they're happy that they did it as far as my work. So I've been through this. So get a hold of me anytime you want to. And if you're struggling, I went through, well, I still am going through it. You just learn how to live with it. It does not, I don't want to discourage you. It doesn't ever really go away. You just learn how to live with it. Now, my Bob helps me with my work. He's, I can't touch his physical body, but he's here, and even people see him. He's usually here on my left side. People even see him. Some people that talk to me, they go, "Oh, there's somebody standing next to you." He actually helps me with my work. He helps me with my mediumship work. He helps get everybody spirits when they line up. He helps keep them under control, make sure the right ones come through, not the wrong kind of things. And you'll just have a different relationship with Brandon. But I promise you, beyond the shadow of a doubt, he can hear you. He can see you. You're going to see and hear him. Maybe not see, but if you do see something out of the corner of your eye in your peripheral vision, and then you turn your head and you can't see it, because I can't explain that, but it happens to lots and lots of people. And, you think you see somebody walking by, and you turn and look, and there's nobody there. He's going to let you know. He's going to let you know that he's there. So we're gonna see what he has to say. Okay, he's walking in with his head down, and his feet are kind of shuffling. He's kind of dragging along. He's kind of sliding his feet a little bit. They aren't really sad when they get there, but this is the emotion that he's showing right now. He says, "I'm sorry. I am so over the top sorry." He said, "The second I did it, I was sorry, and I couldn't take it back." He's talking about guilt. He had some kind of horrible guilt bothering him. And they don't usually give me all the details. It's just enough for you to understand, because what's in between is none of my business. He's all right. He's showing me. I think I usually don't remember any of my readings because I do so many, but I remember this picture before that I did for one of you. I'm not sure which one. A big, tall, four-wheel drive truck. I can't even tell what model it is. It's kind of jacked up, and there's a young kid standing beside it, standing by the wheel. You don't know what he's showing for sure. Now he goes over and opens the door, and he jumps up in it. There's a reason for anything they show, I promise you. And his dad is walking up. Okay, Brandon jumps up in the truck because it's kind of jacked up. Shuts the door. His dad walks up. to the window to talk to him. And he says, "Be careful. Be careful, my son." And then they both turn around, and Brandon's got his head sticking out the window, and his dad is standing beside the truck, and he turns around and they both look at me like I'm supposed to take a picture of them together like that. And then once again, he's showing me one. I'm not 100% sure because it looks like this little kid has a diaper on. So he's pretty small, but he's standing. So I'm not sure who that is. He says to tell you I made it. And this is the most awesome feeling. He said it's like flying higher than you can imagine flying. He says it's like floating. He said his grandma was there. Grandma was there. So you must have a grandma up there that was waiting for him. He said the second that he did it, he saw her. And I seen, excuse me, it used to be they show me how they died. And then some of them got so horrific, I asked, I really don't want to see that. I really, can we avoid that? But he keeps going back to the picture of it. He immediately knew Grandma was there. And his dad is standing like back behind, so I'm not sure that he knew he was there at that point. Now, I've never seen one say this, but he's saying he saw the beautiful light. He saw the light and heard the music. I've never heard one, and you talk about the tunnel and there's a bright light and you hear the angels' music. He's saying he saw that. He's not saying a tunnel. He just saw the bright light, heard the music, and then it's like he smiled and he was ready. He's saying, okay, they have not, I don't know if any of them have actually shown me, but I've been taught that when we leave, no matter how we leave, that you go to a place and you're cleansed. You're cleansed of all the crap from earth. And it's like they work with you. I don't know, up there, a year is like that. There is no time and calendar, so I don't know how long it takes. But it's like they strip you like an onion. They take layers and layers of the crap here on earth off of you until you're bright, shining soul again, I guess, if you want to call it that. And he's showing himself something about the guilt. And now he's going to have the guilt of this, which is going to weigh heavy on him, even though we don't suffer when we go there. Doesn't matter how we pass, whether it's suicide or what, we do not suffer when we go there. There is no judgment. It is all love, forgiveness, cleansing. We're going to take care of you. It's their job to make sure we go back to a pure soul. And so it's like one side of this onion on him is like it's the guilt side, and it's guilt for things that he said that he did and did not do here, but the guilt of what he just did is going to be hard for him. But there's a lot of all the emotions coming from down here too, so that'll take a little bit. That'll take a little bit for not only us here, but him too. Now, he's showing himself sitting on the floor cross-legged. I believe he's at one of you guys' house. He's playing with a little kid, and it looks like jacks. I don't think anybody plays jacks anymore. So I don't know if this is just some kind of symbolism, because a lot of this is like charades. A lot of it's cryptic, but he's actually bouncing the ball and picking up the jacks. Now, I don't know if I ever even played jacks, but he's showing bounce a little ball and scooping them up. His baby is going to see him. I don't know how old this child is, but I believe this child has already seen him. Little children and animals can see and hear them and sense them, and it's like nothing to them because they haven't been told yet that you can't. They can see them until we get it in their head that that's not real. You can't do that. And I even struggle with the old beliefs, that I was told when I was young. So this baby's already seen him. He says everything that he had inside of him was not anybody else's fault. It's things that he held on to that he shouldn't have. He says it's things he held on to that he couldn't have. Also, I don't know what he means by couldn't have. Or maybe he means couldn't have. I don't know. I don't know what he means by that. He says, I just couldn't get my shit together and I couldn't shake it. And he goes like this, like almost like a shiver. I couldn't shake it. I couldn't shake it. It's not really what people said and did to me as much as me allowing those things to come through instead of turning my back and ignoring them. He says also the guilt of his father. We also, when we come to this earth when we're born, we also come with a predestined exit point. Some people are destined, their exit point is one day after they're born. Some people, they're 100 years old, is their exit point. Those exit points can wiggle a little bit because things can be going on around them that somebody needs to learn, somebody needs to know. There's a certain reason for it to be a little sooner or a little later. He said his exit point was coming anyway, and he just felt like he needed to go home. And I used to feel that way too. I know exactly what he's talking about. I don't feel that way anymore, but I used to feel like I need to go home. I need to go home. I don't belong here. And it has really nothing to do with people here. It's okay, yeah, it's what we felt inside, that we don't belong here. He said he's sorry from the bottom of his heart that he did this to everybody. He's sorry he wasn't strong enough. It's not fair that you have to live with it. There will be a purpose for why this happened. I just needed to go. I am comfy. I'm relaxed. I'm in good hands. I have Dad. Not that I didn't want my mom. Not that I didn't want any of you. But my dad was weighing heavy on my heart and my mind. Please don't think bad of me. And I feel like I want to cry when he says that. That's his emotion. I beat myself up more than anybody else could. And I seemed to pick people that made me feel worse. He says better and worse. He said it was like, he said it was like a seesaw. He says like a seesaw. They made me feel better, then they made me feel worse. He said it was always an up and down thing. He says, and that's my fault because I didn't feel any more worthy than that. And that's nothing somebody did to me growing up. He says, I don't want anybody holding on to the guilt of what the guilt of them thinking that they put that inside of me. He's saying it kind of in a choppy sentence. It was something I was supposed to overcome, and I didn't. And I couldn't. It was too hard. It's not hard now. Okay, so I'm asking about some signs that he says he hasn't really decided yet, but you're going to feel him touch you. You're going to literally feel like a finger's pushing in, and maybe not. He's not showing me this exact spot, but I'm trying to. I got plenty of fat on me. I need a fat spot so you can like it'll feel like a finger actually indenting on you, like pushing in. It won't feel like this real finger, but it'll kind of feel, I don't know how to explain it. You'll just feel something pushing in, like it might be up here, here, it could be anywhere. He's gonna poke, poke. Okay, I don't know which kid it will be, but it's going to be a kid in the daycare. And it might be more than one. Can't tell if this one's related to him or not. And I'm not sure who's related to who there. But it's going to be one of the small ones. And you're going to see them sitting on the floor playing. And they're just going to look up and go, hi, hi. He's showing that they're going to wave. So you watch for that, because when this happens, or you see the kid do this, waving at nothing, acknowledge him. Tell him you understand that that's him. bring you more. Validate him so that he knows that his signs are getting through. He's going to poke Mom too, both of you. He says, I love you, Mom. You guys did the best you could with what you had to work with. You both have big hearts. Then he walks over to his dad and they put their arm around each other's shoulders and they both have huge smiles on their face. He says he wants you to remember him with that big smile on his face, not his last moments. It'll be a little hard to do. Talking about mud on his boots. Mud on his boots. I don't know if you're gonna. He's not saying, and I'm not sure. I always tell people, or I used to ask people, okay, so I believe in past lives. We've been here more than once. So if we'd been here and we'd been there before, we ought to know everything as soon as we get back up there. It doesn't work that way. I don't know why. I have no clue why. So I don't know if he's not figured it out yet, but something about these boots. And I don't know if you're going to hear them walking, then they look like work boots, big, heavy work boots. Or if it's the mud that's going to fall off of them and you're going to find mud in weird places or dried mud, probably. Like somebody walked through there with a work boot.
Thanks for asking.
Oh,
I'm good. Just keep on talking to me.
Did you hear that? Thanks for asking. I'm good. Keep on talking to me. I did not say anything to her. I did not say anything that sounded like Alexa. She started talking. So whenever anything like that happens during a reading that I'm doing, it's for you. That's perfect. I don't know why she said that. He did that. So know that that's from him. Better than him telling me what to say. So I'm going to. He says, please know that I'm safe and I'm happy and that I hold none of this against any of you. Let me own it. It's mine. It's not yours to keep. It's mine. I wish I'd picked another way. But stop trying to keep it. It's not yours. I'm a big boy. It's my deal. What are you pointing at? He's pointing at something in the sky. I don't know. I see moon and I see stars, so I'm not sure which he's pointing at. He says, talk to him. He can hear you. Stop thinking what you're thinking. It's not true. My time here was golden. I didn't allow it to be as golden as it could have been. I'm not sure what he means. I hope you do. Okay, he's showing at his funeral something's going to fall. And I don't know if he means actually during the ceremony or somewhere during the process of this. And I think it's going to be something as simple as a single flower falling on the floor, or one of the little plaques or something people buy, or something that's behind the casket on the racks or whatever is back there. Um, he's showing something's going to fall off, and I don't think it's going to make like a big loud boom, big loud crash. Hopefully nobody picks it up before you see it. He's going to let you know he's there. So just keep your eyes open. If you see something, you're going to know that's him. And I don't know if it'll be for you to see specifically or somebody else is going to see it, but I don't know. And then I don't know how you're going to know, but anyway. So above anything that I've said, remember what she said. I'm not going to say her name because she'll go off. I didn't say her name. Anyway, that they can control electronics, that's perfect. So watch for the electronics to do things like that for you. Okay, I'm going to run. Much love to you guys. You're in my thoughts. I'm sorry I couldn't get to you sooner, but I was so tired and so busy and so drugged down that I wanted quiet time to sit and do this. So, sending you all my love. Don't hesitate to reach out. Uh, we're all kind of in the same boat with as far as suicide, and it's not a nice boat to be in. It's not. We think we could have saved them, but we can't. It's their choice. And I still have a little trouble with that. It was my Bob's choice. He made that choice. Nobody else made that choice. He made that choice instead of facing what he needed to face. So I have to let him own that, even though I struggle with that, and probably always will. Okay. Much love to you guys. Like I said, don't hesitate. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Later.